Okay, need all of it. Dissolve a lot of liquid out of this. Sweet and sour pork ribs over here. Hi everybody, welcome back to Cantonese food recipes. Today we are making a sweet and sour pork recipe. Sweet and sour ribs. So let's get cooking. Okay guys, so I've got some pork ribs over here. Nice pork ribs. We're first going to cut them up. Here's about almost 1 kg of pork ribs here. Fresh pork ribs. Okay, we're going to cut it into pieces here. Cut into pieces, then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. We're going to just add in 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda to marinate for about half an hour. Then we can rinse off. Rinse off the bicarbonate of soda. Then we can marinate the ribs nicely. So you're gonna cut your ribs. The ribs nicely to the good pieces, good size pieces that you like. Growing up, my favorite food was sweet and sour ribs. Cause you know why? It's the sugar. Sugar makes any food taste good. Ooh, this knife is not sharp enough, guys. Not sharp enough. Wrap it here. Okay. Okay guys, so here's my ribs over here. Okay, let's add in 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. Just sprinkle it all around. Put on a glove. Just mix that bicarbonate of soda all around the ribs here. The reason why we put the bicarbonate of soda is to I think it makes the pork ribs more tender. And also takes out the blood content from the ribs. So yeah, just give it a quick mix, and then put it back in the fridge to marinate for about 30 minutes, and then we can rinse it out. And then I'll show you guys what spices and sauces to put in this to marinate it again before we deep fry it. Okay, while this marinates, we're gonna cut some green peppers and onions for the coloring of the sweet and sour pork. Okay guys, let's prepare some colorful sides for our sweet and sour pork ribs here. So here you can see I've got some colorful bell peppers and onions. So let's just cut some onions first. So you can see this onion is just cut in half and cleaned. Just gonna do this. Just like that. No blobs here, and then you can just open it up. It will look nice. in the dish. Okay, green pepper, you don't need too much, just for color. Just gonna use half, guys. We use half a green pepper. Use half a red pepper and half a yellow pepper. The seeds out. Let's go give this a quick rinse. Okay, so you don't want it too thin slices, so let's see. Cut it in half here like that. Cut like triangles here. And the dish will look good. Little triangles. Quick and simple. Okay, this is our ingredients. Here I got my little pan here. Okay, we got our colorful green bell peppers here. You got your onions. Just open it up like that. Yeah, just open it up here like that. This will bring a very colorful mixture, as you can see, to our sweet and sour pork ribs. Okay, we're done with this now. Okay, so our ribs has marinated in the bicarbonate of soda for 30 minutes. Now we're just gonna dump it into rinse. Gonna rinse this for about 3 to 4 times. Then we can just get a sieve and drain it and let it dry. And I'll show you guys how to marinate the pork ribs. Okay guys, so our ribs are ready. It's time to marinate. Check out our washed ribs here. Okay, just marinate these ribs. Very easy. If you watched a lot of my other previous videos, it's the same procedure. So here's about 1 kg of ribs. Let's see, salt. Salt I'm gonna add in 1.5 teaspoons. Then you go sprinkle some white pepper all around. If you like it more peppery, add more pepper. Okay, sugar. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. When I add the spices and stuff, I just make sure like the whole surface is covered with the spice, then I know it's enough. Okay, next, add the chicken bouillon powder. Could add 2 teaspoons. Okay. Next, add in some oyster sauce. Just all around it. That's enough. It's about 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. Then sesame oil, also drizzle all around it. Okay. Finally, add in some soy sauce. Soy sauce is like basically it's salt. Okay, first we're gonna mix this up, and then we will add in cornstarch and 1 egg. Okay, guys, this is a good mix. Just mix for about 20 to 30 seconds. I'm not gonna cut no clip from this video, as you guys said in the previous videos you like to watch the full process. You want to see how it's made correctly and the time it takes to make this recipe. So yeah, I won't be clipping much of this video to show you guys like the full procedure. And you know the correct times of deep frying and yeah, making this recipe. It's very easy and simple. Okay, give that a good mix. Now we're gonna crack in 1 egg. Cracking 1 egg and then get some cornstarch. I'm adding in 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. You can add in more. It doesn't mean like I add 3, you have to add 3. Just look at your portion size here. The cornstarch is gonna fuse the egg and all that spice and sauces into the ribs, and then we'll let it marinate for about 30 minutes or longer. So give that a quick mix as well. Got that egg here. The egg is gonna make a crispy coating on these ribs. Okay, we're gonna mix this up, let it marinate, and I'll show you guys how to deep fry them. Okay, I'm just gonna mix this up for about a few more minutes. Yeah, you guys understand, or you can, if you guys are doing it, you can marinate for 5 minutes or something, but just make sure everything is coated nicely, and then we're gonna let it sit. Okay, it's about done. Show you guys, check that out. Yeah, we'll let this sit in the fridge to marinate, and I'll show you guys how to deep fry them. Okay guys, so while that's marinating, let's make our sweet and sour sauce. So the sweet and sour sauce, we're first going to add in 1 cup of water. This is half a cup here, so I'm adding in 2 of these half cups to make it 1 cup of water. As you can see, 1 cup of water. Then we're going to add in half a cup of white vinegar. We're going to add in half a cup of sugar. You can add in half, or if you don't want it too sweet, add in just 1/4 of a cup. But you know, sweet and sour pork, it has to be sugary to taste good. Now we're also going to add in half a cup of tomato sauce. If you guys want it to be spicy, you can add in a few chilies, but I'm going to add in just 1 teaspoon of jalapeno here. I'm using this brand here, jalapeno, just 1 spoon, or you can add more if you like. I'll just stir it up nicely. Okay, we're going to let this boil, then we're going to prepare some cornstarch water to put into this sweet and sour sauce to make it more thicker. Once it's boiling, you can give it a taste. Just taste a bit of it. Yeah, it's perfect guys. Okay, it's boiling. You turn down the heat a bit. Okay guys, once it's boiling, we can prepare some cornstarch water. Okay, so I got 1 teaspoon here. It depends on how thick the sauce you want it to be, so I want a thick kind of sauce, so I'm gonna add in two teaspoons, and then I'm gonna mix it with my finger with some cold water. Okay, so I added in some cold water, my finger here. Just mix it up until the base, you can feel it, until it's liquidy and not solid at the base over here. It should be ready. Okay, now we can just pour it in. Pour it in and keep on stirring it. Bring down the heat a bit. Okay, now this sauce is very thick, you can see guys. I used 2 teaspoons. I suggest you guys just use 1 teaspoon because now I see the sauce is very thick. So I have to cook it longer. Okay guys, so we're just gonna cook this, let it rest, and then we can deep fry our ribs. Then I'll show you guys the next steps. Okay, the sauce is ready. Okay guys, so our ribs has been marinated, as you can see. Now we're gonna deep fry them. Okay, over here I've got a plate of all-purpose flour. I'm gonna add in 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. Adding 1 teaspoon of cornstarch over here. Give it a quick mix all around like that. Yeah, just enough flour here. Okay, let's test our oil. Just dip it a bit in this batter here. Okay, the oil's ready. So I was boiling this oil for about 240 degrees. Now I'm going to tune it down to 160 degrees. I don't want it to burn. So yeah, let's coat our ribs here. So here I've got our ribs. We'll give a quick mix here. Marinated for about 40 minutes now. Okay, so here's our flour. Go grab a handful of ribs here. Just like that. Just go coat it in this flour here. Just make sure each rib is coated nicely. We're gonna deep fry these for about 1 to 2 minutes, and then we'll lift it up to fry the other batch. Then once the other batch is ready, we'll dump in the rest of the first batch to fry these for about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes until they're well cooked. Okay, Ready? Let's put it in. I'm putting it in a round circular motion here. It doesn't stick. You see the oil is bubbling up a lot. This is old oil. It's not new. That's why the oil is like this. Okay. When you dump this in, like just let it rest in the oil for a few minutes, and then you can twirl it again. Let it form its coating. Okay, the oil is bubbling up heavily now. Let's do this. There's a lot of water content from the eggs. That's why it's bubbling up like this. Air fry and form its coating, then we can lift this out. Just let it fry for about 1 minute before you can move it around, so it can form its coating, its hard shell on the body of the pork rib here. Okay, it's forming its good body shell here. You can already feel it. It's very tight. You can see the eyes here. Okay, try this for a few minutes. You can lift this out now. It's ready. You can feel the coating is solid already. Lift it out. So if you want to fry like all the ribs at the same pace, then you know that each piece of rib will be well done. And when you refry them, it will be crispy. Check that out. But it's not ready, it's just been 1 minute. Okay, let's do our second batch. Okay, let's do our second batch here. Put a little flour in the center here. I usually mix up the rib with my hands here, so it has more sauce on these ribs to be coated. Let's go dump it all. I'm going to make it 2 batches here. Okay, let's just coat it up. I'm making a mess now because I want it to be faster. It's kind of heavy now. A good coating. Okay, while I'm coating this, I'm just going to dump the pieces in. It's bubbling very fast. the egg, guys. It's the egg. Just blowing the oil so it doesn't splatter everywhere. Just a few pieces left. You do this or else the oil comes out. Okay, my last piece here. Okay, made a big mess on the kitchen table here. When you want to do things fast, this is what happens. Okay, so let it sit for about 1 minute here, and we will lift it out. We're going to lift this out after a minute, and then we're going to tune up the heat to about 180 degrees. And then we'll dump in the pork ribs. Let it fry to form its coating now. Okay, after 1 minute, let's just pull it around here. Because it took at the beginning the first few pieces got the most deep fried, so yeah, I can see the color change on those ones. So let's set in. So the second batch is about 2 minutes. You can feel some is still like soggy, you know. You can feel it. When it's ready, you can feel the crust is solid. See? Like this one is a piece that's solid and the other ones is not yet, so we don't want to move it around too much or else the crust falls off. Okay. Okay, I'm going to lift it out now. Check that out. Form the good crust. Okay guys, check that out. Looks like fried chicken, doesn't it? Okay. Now we're going to tune up the heat to 180 degrees. Let it heat up for about 1 minute, then we'll dump in all the pork ribs in to cook for about 10 minutes until golden crispy. I think in the last few minutes I'm going to tune it up to 200 degrees to really make it, to really know that the insides of the pork is cooked well done. Let preheat for about a few minutes here. Okay, let's add in our pork ribs. 180 degrees. As this is pork, guys, has to be cooked nicely. The second time I'm adding this, it's going to be very crispy. And so much bubbles. Because the water content of the pork is coming out, must be careful here. I don't want the oil to run out of this wok. It's very dangerous. This time we can twirl it around, make it cook evenly. Okay, now you look at your time, starting for 10 minutes here. Because these pork pieces are cut very thick, so we're looking at 10 to 12 minutes. Okay guys, so if you like what I'm doing, please don't forget to like my video and share this to your family and friends. I know YouTube there's a lot of sweet and sour sauce recipes, but you can try what you watch over here. It's very tasty. Oh yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. This year I'm dedicated to grow this YouTube channel big, so yeah. Thanks guys for your support. Okay guys, check this out. I was fiddling with the camera and then I clicked the switch off button. But luckily this camera, it saved the recording, so I'm lucky. Check that out. Turning golden color. You can see that it's no more bubbling that much, which shows me that the water content is almost out of these ribs here. I'm going to twirl it around every like 30 seconds, let it fry, and then 30 seconds. So it's about 4 minutes now. I think after 4 minutes I'm going to tune it up to 200 degrees to really make sure that the pork inside, this pork is well cooked. Okay, it has been 5 minutes. I'm going to tune it up to 200 degrees. Need more heat to cook these pork ribs here. Fry it for 5 more minutes. After I tuned it to 200 degrees, I can see the ribs are being cooked nicely, and you can feel the crispiness of these ribs now. 5 more minutes, these ribs should be ready. The best way to test if it's ready is after the next 5 minutes. You take it out of the oil, and then we try one piece. Then you know if it's ready or not. If it's not ready, just dump it back into the oil, and then it will just become like a second procedure. It will make the pork ribs more crispier. Well, this is already the second time I dump it into the oil. I don't want to dump it in the third time, because one time I did it, it's like it felt very old. So if you dump it in the second time, it's the correct taste, the correct feeling in the mouth. Check it out, turned it up to 200 degrees, you can see the color change very fast. But I also know that it's going to be cooked wellly inside, because these pork pieces are pretty big. I like big pork rib pieces. Tastes way better than small rib pieces. So once these ribs are done, we're gonna get a new pan. We're gonna pan fry our green, yellow, red bell peppers and onions, and then we're gonna toss in the ribs, the deep fried ribs, and then we're also gonna preheat our sweet and sour sauce. So while we are stir frying the ribs with the bell peppers, we'll also pour the sweet and sour sauce on top, and then we're going to fry them until it's dry. Like, you don't want too wet of a sweet and sour rib. Make sure you fry it and it's dry. It's almost ready, guys. I think about 2 more minutes. Very crispy, and feel it. Wow. 2 more minutes and it should be ready. I'm going to lift this out. I think the last 2 minutes, I'm just going to go fully 240 degrees. The hotter, the more crispier the pieces of pork rib will be. Okay guys, 10 minutes is up. Just check these ribs out if it's ready or not. It should be ready. I can see like the blood content of these ribs, blood popped out. Like if you can see that there's like black spots, that's like the blood that came out of these ribs. And you don't see much of those red bloods puking out, then you know the rib is ready. You can also hear the ribs. It's like it's producing like a explosion kind of sound inside. And you also know when it's ready is when you see it. You can see in the previous, when I first dumped these in, you can see all that bubbles coming out because of the water content and the egg content of the rib. So now there's not much bubbles left. There is bubbles here is because this oil is old. I think this is the second time frying with this oil. That's why you see these bubbles here. But if you were using clean oil, you won't see much bubbles, then you know the ribs is perfectly ready. So yeah, so I've been chatting now. It has been like 12 minutes. It's ready. I'm going to lift this out. I can feel it's very crispy. Check that. Be some delicious sweet and sour pork for dinner tonight. It's really, check at that. Wow. Tasty and delicious. Okay, while it's hot, let's move this pan and we're gonna fry. We're gonna make our sweet and sour pork ribs now. Okay, let's preheat our sweet and sour sauce here. See, it's very thick. We'll preheat, let the sauce become more liquid again. Preheated. Lift this off. We get a new pan here. Make our sweet and sour. Okay, so I'm gonna be working with a lot of heat here. I first preheat the pan. Got our bell peppers and our onions here that we prepared. First gonna stir fry the vegetables. Make sure the pan is very hot. Okay, it's hot. We're adding some olive oil. A quick twirl. Okay, throw in our green peppers, bell pepper, fry them up nicely. Let the oil coat the veggies here. Because we're working with a lot of heat here, so keep on twirling the veggies, or else it's gonna burn. Cook these for about 3 minutes. Okay, smoking here, you can see. Tune down the heat a bit to 180 degrees. Wait a bit, let it cook. You don't want to eat raw vegetables, guys, so make sure it's cooked. Sweet and sour pork, make sure it's ready. You got good roast of these peppers and onions here. Okay. Now you can tune down the heat. You can throw in our ribs here. Okay. Now you can also pour in your sweet and sour sauce here. Pour in a little bit first. Turn up the heat. You don't want too saucy. You don't want the saucy sweet and sour. Just go toss it in, cook. Okay, you can see. You want a dry taste on the sweet and sour pork. Okay, now you can add in more sauce. And eat all of it. Now we're going to cook it until the body of the pork is dry. And toss it, guys. Toss. We'll tune up the heat to 240 degrees. It's really dissolve a lot of liquid out of this. I'm going to eat this. If you like this recipe, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hey guys. Just smell it. Hey guys, it's ready. Sweet and sour pork ribs. You can serve it just in this pan. You don't need to wash another dish. Just the heat. Let me just show you guys. Sweet and sour pork ribs over here. You wanna make some of this? Watch this entire video. Sweet and sour pork ribs. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So delicious. Okay guys, so yeah, I just made this delicious sweet and sour pork ribs here. Let's give this a taste. Wow, let me move out the camera. Check that out. Wow. We'll give this a good bite now. Let's check this out. I swear guys, I'm gonna try this recipe. So crispy. It's restaurant style. Guys, if you like my video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you tried this recipe, comment and let me know how it went. Damn, it's so crispy. Yummy.